Hey guys, it's Nellbelle. So today I'm talking about the Help um, movie versus book. I've watched the movie a couple times, liked it. I read the book, really liked it. I don't know if I gave it 5 stars, but I know I got close if I didn't. So I'm talking about the similarities and differences. I watched the movie like a week ago. I made a list, but if I miss things or if I speak incorrectly, please let me know down in the comments. I think I got the correct things down, but because it's been like a week now since I've watched it, I'm a little iffy on the exact stuff. So in um in the book, one thing is Hilly gives Abilene clothes, and like Abilene sometimes has the stuff that she wears, like she uses the clothes. And I feel like in the movie, it might kind of mention that Hilly gives her clothes, but not that much. And in the book, you see it like a few to different times. And in the movie, it might show it once, but I feel like even if it did, it didn't like explain it that it was for her to keep. I'm not even 100% sure it did. I went back and forth if I thought it did or not. Um, and something that does happen in this book that I feel like is a big scene in the help or in the book is important that didn't happen in the movie or isn't at least shown as well is May Mobley goes in Abilene's bathroom. So to teach Abilene or to teach May Mobley how to use the restroom, Abilene's like she needs to see her mom go. But her mom's not showing her. Her mom completely ignores her. So she um she lets her see her go in her own bath. And this makes May Mobley in the book want to run and go to her bathroom and use it. And she does it in front of the parents at one point and gets in huge trouble. And she's disciplined very hard for it. Um, and I don't even think she does go in the bathroom. There was like one time where where she would have gone in the book at that point into May Mobley's bathroom that it kind of hinted at that she could have, but it hid, but it like didn't show it, and it didn't show her getting in trouble, but it hinted at that it could have happened. I was a little confused if that's what they were trying to say or not. And it's not very important in the doesn't really happen, but I felt like in the book it was important, or at least to me, I felt like it really showed stuff. Um, so I was surprised it wasn't in the book or the movie at all. Another thing the help does differently, and it is in both, is Miss Skeeter finding the Crow laws and how she finds it. She, I feel like it's very different from how it happens in the book to the movie, and I feel like it happens at a different point. Um, and maybe it's because it gets to the point kind of faster with the movie, and in the book, it takes its time. I feel like, but yeah, the how she finds the Jim Crow laws and why is very different. Like in the book, I think she just kind of comes across it in a bookstore, looking at the books they have, or at a place they have books. And in the movie, she goes there because it's illegal. Adeline's telling her how it's illegal, and I guess she doesn't realize it. Like she knows it's not the best idea, but she doesn't realize it's illegal what they're doing. Um, Another thing that happens different from book to movie, which this one's doesn't affect the story at all, but in the book, The Help, Miss Skeeter, before she goes on her date, she goes and gets her hair done like a few days before, maybe a week before, she gets her hair done. And she does end up liking it, and she does it for the date. In the movie, you only see her do it for the date. Not like that actually affects the story. I just noticed. Um, so in the book and the movie, the date also goes differently. Like in both, they end up going bad, but in um, the book, she just like when she goes to leave because she wasn't having a good time. She's supposed to take the guy home because the other two that went on the double date, Elizabeth and her husband, don't want to deal with it. They're like, "Tired, we drank a lot. You just take him home." So she starts to like they start walking to the car. They get in a fight. She tells him, "No, I'm not taking you home." It's a big thing. In the movie, she actually leaves the restaurant, and in the book, I want to say she left their house. Like I think they all rode together. They all got back to the house, and she left, ticked off at the restaurant. And in the movie, she left at the restaurant, and it just went bad. The um, Another scene that I felt like was important from book that was in the book is um, when what's her name? Sorry, give me 1 second. Name. When Minnie, that is her name. When Minnie is at Cecile's house, the one thing is she finds out, so she tells Cecile, and this happens in the book and the movie. You have to tell your husband. What is he gonna feel like when he finds out that I'm working here or I'm here? He's just gonna shoot me. Like that happens in both the book and the movie. In the book, Minnie finds out, so she has to tell her by Christmas. Minnie finds out a day or two before Christmas. She finds him, and she's like, "Oh no, he doesn't know." And he tells her he's known that she's been there. He's known the whole time, and that it's fine. Like he doesn't want Cecile to know. He wants Cecile to tell him when she's ready, but that he lets Minnie know that he knows she's there. He's fine with it. Totally fine. Um, and then later in the book, Cecile finds out Minnie knows and doesn't want to let the husband know that she knows. It gets a little confusing, but I feel like it's a little kind of important. And in the movie, Minnie only finds out that um, the husband knows, and like he does know the whole time, but she only finds that out at the end of the movie. And then on this, she finds out in the book not too long, and like they have this whole thing. But yeah, she doesn't know that the husband knows at all until the end of the movie, which I feel like, and I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but I feel like that could have helped. Um, Also, another thing that happens with Minnie and Cecile is in the book there is someone who comes by the house and attacks them, in like he's outside, but he's attacking Minnie, and Cecile like goes and protects Minnie and attacks the man. And that doesn't happen at all in the book or in the movie. It doesn't happen at all. It happens in the book. And I feel like in the book they made Minnie and Cecile's relationship, like yes, Minnie thought she was crazy for liking her and she was still like against white. Like she was like, I don't want to like any white person. But in the book you can see it's not just about the job, and there is some friendship there. And in the movie, you can see that Cecile wants that, but you never see that Minnie kind of ever accepts it. And that is the first time after that happens. So it's also the first time Minnie thinks about leaving her husband because he is not kind to her in any way, and um, and she does leave in both the book and the movie. She does leave him at the end of the book and the movie, but I feel like it was the first time it was considered, and it was because of that and that friendship, that bond, kind of started to happen then. And in the movie, I don't think the bond is shown. Um, Another thing that happens in the book that doesn't happen, or it does happen in the movie and the book, is the pie story and why Cecile. I feel like they added a little extra to Cecile's and that she brought um, a pie to um, get together thing that Minnie made, and of course Hilly doesn't want the pie that um, Minnie made because of the whole pie story. But I don't think that happens in the book. Like I know the whole at the Christmas party thing when it's bet on Minnie, or not bet on, but like they all put in the money auction it by putting an amount in, and whoever gave the most amount, they don't know what anyone gives, gets it. And that does happen in both the book and the movie, but I feel like with the movie, I think there was an extra scene of Cecile bringing a pie to Minnie's house, or Hilly's house. Maybe it did happen in both the book and the movie. I'm not 100% sure, but the way it kind of went about, I don't think that happened in the book. Also, something that happened in the movie is Hilly put her mom in a home for laughing at the pie. And in the help, I want to say she's not in a home, like she's still being taken care of at the house. Maybe she got put in a home. I really don't think she did. I'm. That's the part where I got a little confused because I got a little sidetracked in the book at that around that time. That's why I'm not. I didn't think to go back to figure it out for sure. That part was a little confusing to me too. So those are some of the similarities and differences with the help. Um, Actually, I know there's a couple other things that happen to Minnie in the book that don't happen to Cecile, or that happened to Minnie with Cecile in the book that didn't happen in the movie. Cecile fires Minnie at one point, and not in the movie. And Minnie like goes and apologizes and wants her and gets her job back, and it's like all fine. Um, um, so yeah, and then so the part I forgot to mention is so Constantine was Miss Skeeter's maid growing up. That's why she decided to start the book and everything. So Constantine's dad was white in the book. Um, and when Constantine had her child, she came out very light. I think they say like a yellow. In the movie, though, Constantine's daughter was African American, like looked it, um, not light at all, and um, so in the movie, like she just comes to the door and she's told to go run back, and she's like, "Oh, I will," but after I see um, my mom in the book, um, Constantine's daughter like actually comes into the club to the house, being part of Bridge Club, and like gets some food, and then they find out who she was. Um, Also, so in the book and in the movie, Stuart ends up apologizing after the bad date. They get together. In the movie, what happens is after the book is published, she tells him that she did it. He's like against it. He's like, we're not gonna be together anymore. In the book, actually proposes to Skeeter before she's published the book. He proposes to Skeeter, and she's like, um, I need you to know this information before this is to happen. And she tells him, this happened. I wrote this book. I don't know if it's going to get published or not. It's not in my name, but I did write it. And he says, I won't tell your secret, but I can't be with you. Like, yeah, he actually proposed in the book and not in the movie. Um, in the book, Skeeter's mom finds out about New York because of one night. She calls Skeeter, and her mom answers the phone. She tells Skeeter how proud she is and that she's glad Skeeter had the courage to do it. Wait, that happens in the movie. I don't think that happens in the book. I don't think that happens in the book. Um, so yeah, I think there are others too. Those are the ones I've thought of, and I had to look up to get a couple more, but I remember it happening. I just forgot to say. So those are some of the differences between the book and the movie. I did feel like they were pretty similar. I would definitely recommend reading it. And honestly, I would still watch the movie. Like I really like both. I will have more videos coming out soon. Have a nice day.